What good YouTube, and welcome to the house. Last night we got a one-of-a-kind update to the database where they gave a sneak preview of selected cards. This has never been done before by Konami, but something else updated on the database as well. We're left to guess what's going to be collected rare and how they're going to pan out the rest of the set in terms of rarities, but when you go to the bottom on desktop, there's nothing. Then somebody in the comment section posted, hey, there's an rarities, this hasn't been there before, what is this? And I knocked on the Sutff store. I was like, hey dude, you know the database front and back. He showed me that mobile has Millennium secret rare indeed updated on the database, and the OCG also has Kaiba Corp rarity, which does not show up here, leading me to believe that this will be released in an upcoming product this year. And Ancient Guardians, Millennium, Ancient and Millennium do go hand in hand, and it updated as Ancient Guardians got posted. So it's speculatory to still think that it would end up in there, but you have those set contents subject to change. You could have something else hidden in for the release, because when we look through these cards, Pankratops is probably the top selling card for this. But I did want to show off Millennium Rare, because when you see a scanned photo of it, you just kind of see a prismatic, almost glazy secret rare. So I have a couple of Millennium Rares here, albeit not secret rare, to show off and try to get on camera. And sorry if my audio gets choppy whenever I don't edit, it happens. So you see that there's this glaze to it, and then if we can tilt this right, they'll start to appear. There are the hieroglyphs that look freaking awesome on this card. So I don't think they would do Blackluster Soldier so soon after like a collector rare, and these are examples of cards that do come collector rare, along with one big one for the discussion. You can see Chaos Emperor Dragon here too with that nice glaze. We tilted around to see it. It's really hard to get this on camera without hurting my card. There you go. You see the hieroglyphs really awesome on there too. And I'll show off a Kaiba collector rare, not collector rare, Kaiba Corp rare. It's super glazed and hard to do, but you see these tech lines, and we should be able to capture somewhere a KC. There we are, right there. A KC on the line of the card. It is pretty darn hard to do this. And keep my card safe. Now, a little sneak preview, perhaps, of Ancient Guardians would be what is only $5 over on the OCG market. Collector rare, amazing looking Pankratops. The one problem with OCG collector rares is the repeatedness of the use of their background, where you see it's that kind of just line out, making the card pop from the background. They use it over and over again. The OCG has had some awesome looks on cards like Artemis, though, that go a completely different way. I still think this looks like a banger, and in the TCG, probably selling the set. And then they also do come gold rare for a future discussion on what set these could pop up in. And a huge talk from a lot of people, Slifer, let's see, there we go, comes gold collector rare, and we do have maximum gold coming. I'm not sure how that technology would work with something like that, but we have the God Structure decks coming up. I think it's a bit hopeful to think it would be in the God card Structure decks overall, but let's go through, and sorry for any choppy audio that did happen there. I just wanted to show off the cards more so and get to this discussion. Ancient Guardians, I would love to see it in here. It needs something to freaking save this set, because none of the collector rares really get to that point. Skullmeister is nice, Pankratops is nice, but the archetypes inside very much so fail in comparison, even when we're talking Genesis Impact, and we saw how that performed. So maybe there's something in here, and if it is an Ancient Guardians, I would highly think it to be in King's Court, or even more likely to be in King's Court, because you do have the theme of Yugi's cards. They could plant in the reprints here and there in the round that could be DM era, but I think if it's not an Ancient Guardians, maybe a little less likely for King's Court, but still there would be hope there, considering this rarity is usually saved for Duel Masters era's cards. It just makes sense. It goes with the old school theme, the nostalgia pander of the rarity, and I really do like the rarity a lot. And then you have the God Structure decks. People are pointing out that would be an awesome way to sell them. I think a debut rarity is a lot to ask for a structure deck, but would be really awesome. Make these unique, sealed on another level. This is all speculation. We don't know where it will pop up, if/when/how, but if they were in the structure decks, that would be amazing long-term sealed. I wouldn't necessarily bank on it, though, with the history of structure decks, Konami peeling back and pulling away making them awesome, but if they do, this would be an awesome place for it. And then finally, I think this would make a ton of sense. Somebody already said, I can see it now. Collector rare, or not collector rare, you have Millennium secret rare Dragoon and the 10 of Ancient Battles. A nice upgrade to Dragoon. You already have the hieroglyphs on the side of the 10s. It makes a freaking ton of sense that maybe even it would be reserved for the new cards for Blue Eyes and Dark Magician. That could potentially be a thing, but if they are as bad as last year's 10s cards for Blue Eyes and Dark Magician, please keep it away from me. Don't do that to them just to sell those. By the way, we got, you know, Dan Green, and we got, you know, Kaiba over here. Yugi and Kaiba were actually going over and having the voice actors hype these up. That was the worst community reaction I've ever seen to, I believe it's Eric Stewart and Dan Green doing the voice acting for something like that. Boy, was the community mad over last year's cards. So maybe they're trying to even hype these up more, but everything's speculation. Where it will pop up, how it will be, what it will be is still left to be decided. And somebody was pointing out that they believe that it was already a Worlds promo use. I don't necessarily recall that. I do remember the 20th anniversary Red Eyes. Let me know what Worlds promo it was, if that is a thing. And a lot of really good guesses on Reddit to what things could be. They said, funny to see this here, other rarities were missing, guessing it's something newly added, and then wondering when they'd get to the rarity. And also that question, could they have renamed Starlight? I just simply don't think so, although Prismatic Secret Rare over in the OCG is Starlight Rarity, so maybe we can become uniform on that name at some point, but Prismatic Secret Rare here as it stands is actually the OCG Secret Rarity formula for forming a Secret Rare. So what do you guys think of this rarity? Where will it pop up, if it will pop up? Do you think it's just something that got maybe updated from the OCG to here? It's something that will be pushed in a set later? I think that it definitely could help save Ancient Guardians depending on the choices and picks if it were to end up there, but it depends on the ratio, which we don't really get the nicest ratios on new things, do we? Or tend to whenever it comes to stuff like that. I really think it's overly hopeful for them to end up in a structure deck, but that would be freaking awesome. I do think that the more likely candidates are the 2021 10s of Ancient Battles, and if it does pop up in Ancient Guardians, like I said, maybe they continue it into something like King's Court, although I just don't see what's DM era-esque of Ancient Guardians. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So, like, I think the 10s are definitely a front runner. It just goes with the freaking theme. All right, what do you want to also see in that Millennium rarity? I think that I would love to see... There's just so many cards, right? Like, it would be awesome to get Scapegoat, Blackluster Soldier, Goat era cards, but it would also be cool to see classics like Exodia, Blue Eyes, and that was a big selling point of the Prismatic God Box, right? Like, they had everything in Millennium rarity. It looked awesome. You did get Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, but then they also had Ultimate rares inside, and then all the other extras for that. I digress. We're never gonna get anything as good as the Prismatic God Box. That was another comment I saw. It was like, could they be hinting at us finally getting it? Could we be getting it? I don't think a box set looking so similar to the 10s would be happening, but I do look forward to the 2022 10s, which will be themed around the God cards. Maybe something there too, but I don't think we'd be waiting that long for a rarity updated today in the database, I would hope, unless this is already from Worlds promo, and then maybe I'm blowing this out of proportion. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these conversations and discussions / updates. And I do want to hear, what do you think about this rarity? Where will it land if it lands? And what will be in the rarity if it is happening? And I hope I did get a good look at those Millennium rares on camera. I'll have to go back and watch myself.